Yeah. Nerd Thug Radio. What? What?
What?
What? DMX on that. It's
Oh.
Corey. Yeah. Do you remember him?
Boom.
This is Corey
Like dead on
DLG.
DMX impression.
Right. This is Corey DLG of Nerd Thug Radio. With me is sometimes is Nico DLG.
That's me.
And today guest hosting is Zach the
That
Attack.
hurt my throat.
DMX, Zach.
That hurt my throat.
Doing DMX
A
hurt?
ton.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you heard?
He did it. He did his official Christmas album.
He did.
What?
Yeah.
He did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
What?
It's legit. So Zach's still alive. I didn't kill him over the break.
When did it drop?
This
Wait.
past Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought he
like
released his
recently.
Christmas album in
No,
February.
it was like the big
which
joke.
is like the most thug rap thing you can do, right?
Released it 2 months late.
Boom! Here's my Christmas album.
No, do it on October.
Or like,
Yeah.
right. Or do it in like June.
Christmas in July.
So, one Christmas gift from Nerd Thug Radio to its listeners is Papa John's Pizza. PapaJohns.com, go to the promo code, type in Nerd Thug Radio, all one word. Just telling you, you're running out of time. You have till the end of this month to get you buy one, get one free pizza, Nerd Thug Radio on PapaJohns.com. It's good for carryouts or delivery. Check it out. I highly recommend it. They're also hiring still. Get you a job delivering pizza anywhere in the North Houston, Conroe, Woodlands area. They are hiring for drivers. When you work at Papa John's Pizza, you leave with cash in your pocket as a driver. It's a pretty cool thing. You literally, if you have something going on, you can take care of it that day. So that's helpful. Papa John's Pizza, buy one get one free. Promo code Nerd Thug Radio. Running out of time though. That ends next Wednesday, the 28th.
Oh wow.
Because we're not in a leap year.
Oh no.
I delivered pizzas for a day for an inferior to Papa John's Pizza Company.
Didn't you walk out because they wanted you to do chores and you were like, oh, I'm not here for that?
Right. Like this inferior pizza chain that
Institutions
rhymes
hate
with
that.
Slomino's was on the LSU campus when I was there, and I applied and got hired as a driver. And so my first day of driver training, I went on one ride along with a guy. And it was like a Tuesday, so I didn't expect to be busy.
Yeah.
So like we go back to the shop or the store or whatever, I don't know, whatever. And he was like, yeah,
Pizza
when
shop
there's no
store.
pizza to deliver, you fold boxes. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, like fold boxes or like help out around the store or like do whatever. I was like, this isn't for me. Like I'm not folding boxes. Like I signed up to be a driver, not a box folder.
I am solely here to deliver pizzas.
Right. I will say, kind of worldwide, the pizza chains have adopted some policies here lately that are not delivery driver friendly.
Well, and and this was like at the time, Slomino's their policy was like to pay drivers not just like you get tip or get a salary at a restaurant, right?
Right.
So like it was waiter salary. It was a little more than like the $2.13 an hour. You
get so like when you're in store you get minimum wage, but when you were to leave the store you get a lower wage. That's
Right.
actually the policy now for all the pizza places. It's the only thing that I think is kind of a drawback to the process now is like they kind of tell you like when you're not at the store helping, we pay you less because we think you're going to get tipped. But now that kind of puts the onus back on the customer. That's one of those things like I personally tip at restaurants and things of that nature, but I don't think it's really a fair business model.
They've done a ton of studies that generally where places where tipping isn't allowed, you get much better service.
Oh, that's probably true. Like this is their job now, and all of a sudden they like because the interaction before was based on the idea that you're going to take care of them. So if they know you're not a good tipper, your service quality would decrease over time. Which
Right.
that makes sense.
Right.
To me, it blows my mind that there's a business model where essentially they're like, hey, we don't have to pay our employees. Those guys out there are going to take care of it for us.
Right.
Like, there's not a lot of like. Technically, in a business, you put everything on the customer anyway. But this literally puts it on the customer.
Like, how can you accept that a minimum wage is required and be like, except in all these cases?
Right. Yeah. Minimum wage
Except
by
for
law
this,
means
this,
this is
this.
the least amount I can pay you, unless someone else can pay you more, and then I don't have to pay you at all.
Right.
Like instead of just acknowledging, hey, I'll pay you the minimum wage, and you might leave here with more money because you do a good job and people want to compliment your service.
But I do think it's more fair this way you're describing now with pizza delivery. At the time, though, like I was on driver hourly rate, right?
Right.
And so like I was supposed to put in my tips at the end of the day, but whether I was in the store folding boxes or whether I was driving the car, I was getting paid $4 an hour.
Right.
So like I'm not folding boxes for $4 an hour.
Right. It's not a good. Yeah. It's
Like,
because
I don't
want
want to feel like putting my tips in and all that stuff. At least this new model, and I think it's a much better one, especially for a driver. You know, I'm in the store, I get paid store wage.
Right.
And then when I go out to drive, I get paid drive
Right,
wage.
and now with the sophistication of technology, you're clocking in and out on
Right.
the run, so like it knows the exact. When I get a paycheck, it literally will say
Right.
X amount of time in store, X amount of time out of store.
Yeah.
So you got two different wage rates. It just blows my mind that businesses as the business model have evolved to the point where they can just say,
Yeah.
like, because you hire someone to be a delivery driver, so that is their job.
Right.
So by definition, they're doing what you hired them to do. So it's weird to say,
But
but they're not helping me.
But now it's so ingrained in our culture
That it's just
like-
it's there forever.
yeah, there's no way people aren't going to tip a driver. There's no way people aren't going to tip a waiter.
And the weird thing is like there are certain stores and places and franchises that have tried to change that. Like I heard one time Joe's Crab Shack here locally was doing that, where they were going to start, I think, paying a wage $10 an hour to the waiters no matter what. But the pricing went up on stuff, and seafood is already an expensive commodity.
Yeah.
So I don't know that that's the right chain to try that on.
But it's weird, right? Because, okay, so let's say I go out to dinner, pay 2 meals, $10 a meal, just for math.
Okay,
Okay,
all
so
right.
$20.
Okay.
I tip, let's say 20%.
All
so
right.
$4.
All right. So $24.
So $24. Okay, so I can pay $24 for dinner, or because of the new hourly rate that the waiters get, I pay $12.50 a meal.
Right,
now.
so maybe it's $25.
So like I'm still paying the same amount
Essentially
of
the
money,
same
but
amount of
people
money.
feel worse about
Right.
seeing a higher price on the menu.
Right. I saw a study one
It's
time.
so weird.
It is. So I saw a study one time that basically said if Walmart paid all of its employees $10 an hour minimum. Now Walmart kind of counter with, well, our median pay is
Right, but
11 or something, but that's
median is way different than average, and
Correct.
it's way different than minimum.
correct.
Right.
So this said if the minimum was 10 and the average hourly was $10 an hour. So this literally is saying it just comes up.
Yeah.
From the bottom to
Move
the
the
top.
bell curve to the right.
Right. If we just move over a little bit. It would cost. I think it was like 48 cents extra in goods.
It's crazy.
And so, just because of the volume of transactions they do,
Right.
like every transaction would be 48 cents more expensive, something
Right.
along those lines. It was less than $1 was the number,
Not even per
not per
material
item.
sold, it's
Per
per
transaction.
total transaction.
Right.
Wow, that's
every
crazy.
transaction would move less than $1 up,
That's
and
crazy.
in theory, like that's a trade off. Like okay, deal. I don't mind that. That is a fair trade off to me. I think people's argument against it is like, oh well, they don't do enough, blah blah blah. But everyone think about this right now, this instant. When you complain, oh, and fast food workers want to make $15 an hour, that's crazy. You're right, except go to a Walmart at like 9:30 when there's only one register and 10 self-service checkouts.
Right.
When you're walking through that self-service checkout and one thing doesn't work and you need the one person that's on the clock because they're saving money by only using one person in 9 self-checkouts, how much would you pay that person for that hour right there?
Right.
I would pay that man any amount of money to
Right.
come fix my stuff and get me out of the store.
Right.
So like that's the
I
trade-off.
read something on the internet one time that said you can't minimize the people who provide a service that you've deemed you need.
Right.
You can't make fun of fast food workers or say they don't deserve more than that when you're patroning that place. They're providing that service
Right. If
to
you're going
you.
to keep walking in and ordering the Big Mac, you
Right.
can't complain when they say, I want more money.
Right.
Right. No, I'm with you on that. I think the minimum wage does need to go up in this country. I get that some people feel like, oh, well, those people need to get better jobs. They need to transition. The processes in life aren't set up that way.
Well, and even if they are transitioning to something better, they need to eat in the transition time.
Right. It's still the bills.
They need
are
a
still coming.
living wage while they're, getting their degree so they can be a CEO next year.
Right. The bills are still coming in no matter what. That's a
Right.
fair point. That is a fair point. So some movie news came out this week.
Hop and ship.
Joss Whedon has backed out of the Batgirl movie.
I forgot he was even on it.
Yeah.
Also me.
He was going to make a Batgirl movie. He's now backed out. He says he doesn't feel like there's a story for him to tell.
Well, that seems really disappointing.
That's weird.
Right. I wonder if it's a money thing or he's caught some flack during the Me Too movement. Apparently there were some issues being on a Joss Whedon set. I don't know if they were directly related to Joss Whedon or just the
He's
culture
the showrunner, so
Right, the culture he created on set was like I think there were some Buffy people who came out and were like not happy. But I don't know if it was directly about Joss Whedon or someone else. I didn't read the details of it. There was a lot that came out during the Me Too stuff. So, I don't know. I'm a little curious about that. Also,
do you think Batgirl is a big enough draw?
no, not
For a
even,
movie?
not without a name like Joss Whedon attached to it.
Even with the success of like Suicide Squad? And I say success, not knowing at all how the movie did financially.
No, it did well enough, but you also got to remember it had some star power. It had Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, which everyone on the planet wanted to look at, and they also had Will Smith.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't know
Greatest
Will Smith
man
was in
alive.
it, though.
Greatest man alive. Yeah.
Right. Also the draw of villains, especially with something like the Joker that was heavily emphasized in the trailers that we only
True.
saw 10 minutes of.
True.
Terrible.
True. That's right. No, and the idea of villains being the good guys is kind of a novel
you're right.
movie idea.
Plus, villains are really good in the Batman
Now,
universe.
I mean, if you made like a $30 million Batgirl movie, do I think they would make so much money they would do another one? Yeah, they'd probably do 140, 150 in Batgirl movie. But
I don't know.
do I think that they could do a $100 million Batgirl movie and make $200 million?
Do I have faith?
Probably not.
Do you
I
think
have-
you do it
do I have
without
faith in
Batman
DC?
at all?
I don't know how you do
Yeah,
that.
do I have faith in Batman at all? Or in DC?
No.
No.
Although,
But,
when
like, how do
say
you do a
that,
Batgirl movie without Batman? And do you even try?
then who's Batman?
Yeah.
Right. So actually, saying no, faith in DC movies, Aquaman is getting some strong coming up buzz. It's supposed to come out into this year, right?
Yeah.
And it's getting the feelers are saying, hey guys, this movie's not terrible.
Wow, it's almost like
Good for
water-themed Superman's doing all right.
Yeah. So there's a chance there that won't be a terrible movie.
Freaking Khal Drogo, what's up?
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I know. That was a great casting choice, by the way.
It really was. Before we get out of here, I do want to
Didn't
let you...
see it, don't care.
Oh man, it really was a good movie.
Doubt it.
I mean, it was good enough to watch. It wasn't like $300 million good. Before we get out of here, I do want to remind everybody to check out our friends at 2920 Collision. They did some work on my car, and they did fantastic work. I recommend everyone check them out. They are a fantastic place to take an automobile when you are in need, unfortunately, of work on it. I'm going to give you their 24-hour roadside service number, 832-364-5177. 832-364-5177. They work with all different kinds of insurance. They are also the preferred collision repair facility for Hyundai North America. 832-364-5177. 24-hour roadside assistance at 2920 Collision. With that, I'm gonna give us a B- today. I think you guys were C pluses, but I, as an A+ guy, carried the show.
I see.
So I want to thank you guys for your lackluster performances, and I want to say
I do what I can.
to myself, excellent work, Corey.
Good job.
And on that, let's get out of here, Nico. Cue that funky music, white boy. Yeah. Same Nerd Thug time, same Nerd Thug channel, guys.